heading back, and with that, Hayes CISD students and teachers will have their first day back this coming Tuesday on August 13th. And we actually reached out to you to get your questions answered this morning, and a very exciting time kind of catching up with leaders again. So joining me now is Superintendent Dr. Wright, who is the superintendent for Hayes CISD. Dr. Wright, we are so happy to have you here today.
Thank you for having me.
And we're matching in our orange.
That's right. Who knew?
I know, right?
Great stuff.
And I'll tell you what, I know you guys have been working all summer long to get prepared for this school year, and we've got a couple of questions here from our viewers. So we'll start with one from Sarah. She says, what are your plans to improve teacher morale and working conditions for the school year?
So we always want to listen to what their needs are, and so I meet monthly with our teacher organization representatives and also with our district leadership team so that we can hear what their needs are, and we want to be responsive in the moment. And so things like being able to provide resources or build future calendars so that they have more breaks for mental health and for planning and for preparation. All of those things, we just have to be responsive and listen and let them know that we see them and that we hear them.
Yeah, hearing straight from the source. Love that. And let's see, Paul had, and this might be more of a clarification question, but Paul said, why does Hayes not have the free lunch program when other smaller districts do?
Well, we do have the free lunch program, and so parents just need to fill out the free and reduced lunch application and apply, and we do. I think they may be getting confused with why don't we offer it across the board? Well, we go by the Texas Department of Agricultural regulations as well as USDA, and so if we have 80% or more free and reduced lunch kids on a campus, then typically we provide free lunch to everybody on that campus. But below that threshold, we're not able financially to afford to be able to do that.
Thank you for sharing that, and I'm sure they can kind of go through that website and get signed up if they need to.
Absolutely.
Great. And another question is, are there any plans to move to a 4-day school week?
You know, in our last calendaring process, we did consider it, but we kind of got to a place where we compromised. We wanted to have breaks throughout the year for both our kids and for our teachers for mental health, for planning. But what we found is that in Hayes County, we don't have enough private daycares. So on Friday, especially for our pre-K, K1 through 3rd grade students, there's not a place for them to go on Fridays. And parents typically have to work on Fridays. And so getting feedback from the parents and from the community, we just didn't feel like it was the right time for us. It's something that we will continue to explore. And if people start fulfilling that need for private daycare, it might be something that we would consider moving forward.
Thank you for that, Dr. Wright. We love having you here. And I'll tell you what, coming up, I actually dug into some of the changes. Of course, this district is still healing. You know, there was that bus crash last March, and I actually have an upcoming story. I spoke with the head of Hayes CISD Transportation, Cassandra Bear. She was so wonderful, and Tim, and having me out there. So as Hayes CISD, they actually spent this summer doing a full revamp of its transportation sector. So be sure to tune into Daybreak on Tuesday morning for that story.